Hey, what's up everyone? It's B here with Cali Motor TV. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to ANS Motorcycles here in Sacramento, California. You see correctly, another Ducati Scrambler review. There's so many different Ducati Scramblers and they're all super rad, so we gotta ride them all. So today we're riding the 2019 Ducati Scrambler Café Racer. It's this old school classic look. It has the matching classic 17-inch spoke wheels. Very nice, very nice. So this is the 800cc engine again. We have about 73 horsepower. We have about 50 pound-feet of torque. And this thing is pretty light. It only weighs 400 pounds. So while I get geared up, you guys can take a look around the bike and I'll see you out on the road. I'm geared up and on the road, and we're on the Ducati Scrambler Café Racer. So first, it already comes stock with those cool bar and mirrors. Very nice, very Café Scrambler style. I enjoy that a lot. It doesn't come with a windscreen, obviously, because it's a Café Scrambler, and they didn't do anything to that front end that would help the wind move away. So just riding, you can already feel the wind. But given that this bike is really not meant for like long freeway trips, I don't think it's a big deal. But there's that. So the bike is really low. I can flat foot it. You can see left and right. I can flat foot it. It doesn't happen too often that I can flat foot a bike. So for you shorter people, it's a pretty quick, pretty short bike. So the seat, absolutely comfortable. So comfy, so comfy, so comfy. Sitting position is a little more forward. I'm also, I'm only 5'6", so if you're a little bigger, you won't be as leaned over as I am. I have a short torso, pretty standard legs. But so for me it's a little forward, but that's kind of how those Café Racers are. So there's definitely a little pressure already. I can kind of tell on my wrist. I'm spoiled with my MT since there's no pressure of any sorts on my wrist. I like it. So first, that thing looks so cool, so cool. It's really rad. I've seen it before at ANS sitting there looking pretty, and I really wanted to ride it. Oops. And I never got the chance to. So the indicator and the Hong Kong the horn are really close together. So a few times now when I was trying to turn off the indicators, I honked at Bill, and Bill's probably like, what is going on? So, the seat is comfortable. You could ride that comfortably forever. The bike looks rad. It's got some little legs to it. It's definitely moving. So the suspension on it is pretty standard, pretty bare bone, nothing too fancy. You can only adjust the preload in the rear end. So is this gonna be a track beast? No, it's not designed to really. But it feels really nice, actually. I wouldn't mind taking that out to Berryessa and riding this and seeing what it is all about. It's kind of on the nose, so it should turn quite nicely. It's balanced really well. It's pretty darn light. It's 400 pounds, so it's really not heavy for 800cc motor. Ooh, I'm enjoying this. It has that twin growl to it, so I really like how the Ducati's typically sound. It has a growl to it. I really like it. Yeah, this is a rad bike. It looks really cool with that old school number plate on it. I feel kind of at home with it. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I do. I was like, you know, I'm not sold on those cafe racers, but I think this one just might have sold me on it. Let's see. Yeah, it definitely has some legs. Yeah. Ooh, I like it. So I've noticed that there's no room for your legs. So what I'm trying to say with that is that if you're taller, you're gonna have a problem because your legs really won't fit on this, if you will. So this is definitely not designed for like high-speed race and GP, because there's a kink in the tank right here. There's like a little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little kink, and my legs kind of should be right where the kink is, which is kind of a problem because now I'm sliding it forward, or like it's just in the wrong position for my height. If I'll be a little shorter, I think it will go below the kink. That would be nice. Adjustable reel sits might fix that issue, but I have kind of like a problem when I'm trying to brake. I just slide forward a little in the seat because the tank is just not where I would really expect it to be. It's not like a super sport tank where your legs kind of mold into it, but it's not a big deal. Again, I don't think you would go to town on this bike. This is more for like sophisticated cruising, going to a car show. And there is a bug in my helmet, and this is going to be very distracting. So anyway, so yes, I can flat foot it. This is really rad. It's really comfy. So it's quite a toasty day today. It is not cold, and the Ducati, all the fancy, it's interesting. So I was expecting to be hot on this side, but somehow I'm hot on this side. So definitely bike, now that we stood here in traffic for a moment, definitely pulls up some heat. But it is pretty hot today. It's really hot. So, you know, those bikes are those bikes need airflow to keep them cool, and if you're sitting in traffic on any of them, you'll be toasty on any of them. So, you know, there is that. But it's not hot on this side. It's hot on this side, which is weird because it should be hot on this side where all the fancy exhaust pipes are, which by the way looks so rad. I love those exhaust pipes. They look so artistic. But it's hot on the left side, not the right side. Very interesting. Typically I'm hot on the right side when I ride any of those Ducati bikes. Woo! But the bike is really easy to ride. The throttle inputs are really smooth. Alright, instrument cluster, very simple. It tells you the gear, which is nice. I sometimes, like, you know, like if you don't have a gear indicator and you gotta count the gears and you get distracted and you're like, which gear am I? And then it's nice to have it for those of us who are bad at math, I suppose. It has a trip, range to empty, which is also nice. Very simple speedo, but then again, like a really nice high-tech display. You know, it would be hard on a bike like that. I love those cool LCD displays, but on a bike like that, it just doesn't fit. Like it's tough because on the one hand you want a modern display, on the other hand this is not a modern design bike. So I don't know, I think the display is just fine. I think we're good. And oh, it is definitely toasty up on this bike. Woo. But as you see, again, I'm 120 pounds. This thing is 400 pounds. Start up a hill, not a problem. It's so well balanced. For there was one gentleman asking me a whole bunch of questions about the Tiger and the weight distribution. Listen, I have no upper body strength whatsoever, and that Tiger was really simple to handle, surprisingly, because it is quite large. And this thing is a lightweight. It feels like it weighs nothing. Ooh, party. It weighs nothing. And it's so nice to be able to flat-foot it, you know, if you're riding in the city with all those hills. Yeah, that's great. It's really, I'm really comfy on this bike. I really like it. Ooh. The brakes on it, very nice. They have a very nice grip to it. They're not like, you know, they're not the super sport brakes where you can do a stoppie instantly, but they have a really nice feel to it. They're great. I mean, it's Brembos, right? What do you expect? There you go, Brembo. Brembo, single piston. Whee! Very nice brakes. Checking in with Bill. He is on another R9T. I am not letting him buy another one. This is not fair. I haven't bought another bike yet, so he doesn't get to buy one. I did buy a horse. I don't think that counts. Do you think it counts? I don't think it counts. Man, it's really weird. This bike is really hot on the left side. I really wish there would be some form of a heat shield right about there. That would be great. So this does not have a quick shifter, unfortunately. I love me some quick shifters. So you gotta shift manually. I don't think any of the scramblers that I've ridden had them, unfortunately. It's really cool. Quick shifters, love them. If you have the option to buy a bike with a quick shifter, buy it. You'll thank me later. So as we're tootling along, you know, again, I'm a fairly new rider. I've been riding for 3 years. I've spent a decent amount of time on the track. I've done a lot of freeway miles. And this bike is really easy to get along with. There's some bikes that I kind of struggle a little with the steering, with like how they feel, but this one I feel at home. Coming from a sport bike, I really feel at home. Whew. And it looks rad. I love the paint job on it. I love the blues. I love the silver. I really dig those born-free fuel caps on all those Ducatis. You know, I really need a Ducati one day in my life in our garage. I've been eyeballing that Super Sport. I've been really eyeballing the Super Sport, but they are not cheap. There we go. They're not as cheap as I would like them to be. And, you know, like, I love my MT, so it's a little hard to justify spending a whole bunch of money on a new bike when all you do is ride your MT everywhere anyways. Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely got some pickup. Definitely it's got some pickup. You know, and it's not intimidating. The pickup on it is nice. You go places, but it is not intimidating. So, a nice little freeway test. I'm not sure how the wind noise right now is in the helmet because my helmet is so noisy. Sorry guys. But, you know, there's definitely, we're at freeway speed right now, and there's definitely pressure on my chest and everywhere because there's no windscreen. I wish there would be like at least a little humpy or something that would help us with some of the wind. But again, this is not a freeway riding bike, so this shouldn't be really a concern. And if you're a little bit on the freeway to get from point A to point B, I think you'll manage. The bike is rad enough to justify it. And there's still a bug in my helmet and it's really distracting. Alright. Comfy seat. I do wish there would be something to hold on to because if you can see that, so I'm on the throttle and I let off the throttle and I just slide forward because I can't, there's nothing to grab for me with my knees. And I don't want to, you know, like you want to hold with your knees so your arms don't get tired, and this bike is definitely not letting you do that. So I wouldn't want to ride this too hard just because you will get tired fast since a lot of the pressure will go on your wrists rather than your, you know, holding yourself with your lower body. Woo. But it is really enjoyable at lower speeds where this is really not a concern. Oh, and wrong direction. Sorry guys. I am struggling shifting as always because GP shift and not GP shift. This is gonna be the struggle for life for a lot of reviews. I wish there would be a button where you could just tell I'm riding GP or standard, and ta-da, and it will just watch over for you. Oh yeah, Bill is gonna lose me. Well, we're just gonna be out here at the red light. See, oh, there's a bouncy castle. I really want to go to that bouncy castle. Do you think that I can go to a bouncy castle? Am I too old? I feel like I'm too old for it, but I don't feel like you're ever too old for a bouncy castle. So, while we're sitting here at a red light, have you guys subscribed yet? Have you hit the ring button to get notifications for new videos? We have a ton of videos. We're kind of dabbling in car reviews too, so those will be coming out one by one, slowly but surely. You know, car reviews, a lot more to it than motorcycles. You know, here, this is all we got on the motorcycle, and car reviews with all the infotainment systems and a lot more stuff to go over, they're a whole different animal. I love me some bike reviews, and I love me this little Ducati Scrambler. Again, 800cc, you know, it's a pretty decent size. It's a cool, like, mid-rider bike. If you really want to go to town and go in the twisties, this will not be the bike. If you are riding mostly in the city and you want to go to Starbucks, get your coffee and look awesome, this is the bike for you. This is an Instagram bike. Ooh, and it's... Shoot. Oh, vibrations. Y'all always ask about vibrations. You know, not bad. They're there, they're noticeable, but they're not like, oh my god, it's horrible. It's like a 4 or 5 out of 10. You know, obviously when you get on it, they're a little worse, but when you're just tootling along, they get down to like a 3. So definitely not a concern. Wow, we're hitting a lot of red lights today, guys. So all in all, what do I think? I like it. Would it be my kind of bike? You know, probably not. I like something that I can do a whole bunch of different things with. I don't really ride to Starbucks all too often, nor do I do too many pictures on Instagram. So wouldn't probably be my cup of tea. But it is a rad bike. It rides really fun. It's really cool for like a downtown tootling around kind of bike. Yep, that's kind of what I think. And it looks rad. It definitely looks like you will get some rad Instagram shots. And you know, again, maybe you can ride it down in the twisties, but our twisty game gets a little spirited, so really the tank situation would be a problem for me in the twisties. But it is balanced, it's light, you know, it's got legs to it, it's got good brakes, it's a solid bike. It's a solid bike. So we're back at ANS. Guys, thank you so much for joining in on this ride. If you haven't subscribed yet at the red light, definitely hit that subscribe button now. There's more and more cool things to come, so stay tuned. ANS, as usual, thank you so much for allowing us to do those test rides. They're super fun, they're super awesome, and we really appreciate it. So, without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!